Today we're going to talk about why it's important that you eat enough protein, especially if weight loss is a goal. A lot of women struggle to eat enough protein every single day. There's a lot of myths that surround eating enough protein, especially since the 90s, where it was known that maybe too much protein would cause kidney failure or issues with the kidneys. And now it's no longer the case. We know how important protein is, and we already know that women struggle to meet their daily protein requirements. So today we're going to discuss 3 reasons why protein is important for fat loss and how you can eat more protein on the daily effortlessly without stressing too much. So 3 reasons you need to eat more protein. Number 1, it reduces appetite and hunger levels. There are 2 hormones in your body that are associated with appetite. One is called leptin and the other one is called ghrelin. They sound like little gremlins that live in your cupboard. But these 2 hormones are absolutely crucial in balancing out your appetite and your hunger, and therefore they are impacted by how much protein you eat on the daily. So ghrelin is actually responsible for your hunger, and eating more protein reduces ghrelin in your body. Leptin is your satiety hormone, which means that when you eat more protein, you will feel more satiated and full, and basically you don't want to eat anymore. So that will help you stay on your calorie deficit and stay on track versus carbohydrates, where they usually burn you through you really quickly and you'll feel hungry shortly after. So protein is super important in balancing both leptin and ghrelin and making sure that you stay satiated and your hunger levels do not go out of control. The second reason that you need to eat more protein is that it increases muscle mass, lean muscle mass, and strength. Most women want to lose fat and want to lose weight. However, they don't understand that building lean muscle will get them there. So they go on crazy cardio exercise routines and fad diets that usually lack in protein and lack in calories, and that leave them feeling weak, exhausted, and still overweight. So we want to use protein as the building block of tissues, cells, and muscles because it is the building block, and we need it to build lean muscle mass. And in order to lose fat, you need to have more lean muscle mass on your body versus fat. So if you eat more protein, your body can actually repair itself and repair its tissues, build lean muscle mass, and therefore brings me to the third point of why you need to eat more protein, because it boosts your metabolism and fat burn. Why is this important in your weight loss journey? Well, first we know that it's going to help you feel satiated, and it's going to keep you from eating too much or other carbs and other nutrients that you don't need, such as junk food. But it's also going to increase something known as TEF, or the thermic effect of food. So protein has a high thermic effect, which means that when you're eating protein, your body takes quite a lot of energy to digest the protein versus compared to carbohydrates. So you need the protein because it's going to actually burn more fat and boost that metabolism and fat burn while you're eating it. So it has a high thermic effect, and it's going to create more calorie burn. And that's what we want. We want to burn more calories. We want to put our body into a very good state where it will burn calories faster, quicker, and more calories at rest. So those are the 3 reasons why you need to start focusing on protein. But how much protein do you actually need? So you will need specific goals in terms of where you are in your fitness journey. If you're looking to build muscle and you're looking to lose fat and you want to really get the best out of your workouts and really have that energy, you want to eat between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of weight, of how much you weigh. So you're looking at 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight. Now, it's really hard for a lot of women to reach their protein targets. I get it. It's not easy because one, it keeps you full, so you're not really eating as much. And two, it's usually, I think it's like a woman thing where we struggle to eat more often for fear of gaining weight. But hear me out. You're going to need to do this if you want to lose fat and keep it off, all right? So trust me on this, you will need to increase your protein intake. But how do you do this? It's really difficult sometimes. So today I'm going to give you some tips on how you can actually increase your protein intake. So the first one is you want to start your day with protein. So you want to start your day with a serving of protein. So never have breakfast without protein. So that could be eggs, it could be eating some type of meat in the morning, a protein shake, or something other than just carbohydrates. So if you're used to eating like fruit, or you're used to eating a yogurt that doesn't have very much protein, switch to a high protein yogurt or switch to a meal with high protein. So you have the first thing that you're going to eat in the morning is your protein. The second is you can double up at a meal. So for example, if you're having chicken for lunch, double up on that chicken and reduce your carbohydrates. And do the same with other meals. So you double up the serving so you can eat more protein within that meal. The third one is to prep it ahead of time. I hear this all the time. I don't know how to get enough protein. I don't know where I'm gonna get it from. And I just find myself reaching for, the snacks in the middle of the day. Pre-prepare your protein. Make extra on the weekend. Bulk prep your meals. Bulk prep meats. Have eggs on hand. Have protein powder in your office. Those are the best ways to pre-plan so you know that you're never going to go without protein. The fourth one is to utilize portable or convenient options. Now, this is not something that you should rely on. However, things like canned tuna or tuna packets or beef jerky and string cheese are really high in protein and really easy to take with you as snacks. So think about including those when you can. You can also look at protein bars and protein snacks or things that have been like boosted with protein. However, those are usually filled with a lot of calories, a lot of sugar. So just be aware of the other macros within those food items and don't rely on them like on every single occasion. Make sure that you rotate and have them like once in a while or only in extreme cases. The next one is that you want to eat leaner sources of meat and dairy. So a lot of people think that meat is bad, but guess what? It isn't bad. It's actually the most nutritious food that you can eat. However, if you're struggling to get enough protein, try switching to leaner cuts. That way you're not overeating on fat. Because yes, meat has protein, but it also has a lot of fat. So think about this when you're looking to choose your meats. So look for leaner cuts of beef, look for leaner cuts of chicken, look for leaner cuts like turkey, and also look at dairy as well, leaner cuts and leaner servings of dairy. So not full fat, maybe a little less fat in the servings. Next, you're going to look at sneaking it into your meals. This is one of my favorite ways. How can you do this? You can add protein powder to things like oatmeal or yogurt pots, and that instantly boosts the protein in there. If you're going to eat pasta, make sure to have some chicken in there or some beef in there, so you're not just eating carbohydrates. If you're making omelets, add extra protein in there. You can also eat a slightly larger serving of protein to boost, again, your serving count. My favorite way to eat enough protein is choosing brands with higher amounts of protein. So some brands for yogurt have less protein than others. For example, Faye, which is a very famous Greek yogurt, has a lot more protein than, say, another type of yogurt that isn't necessarily a Greek style yogurt. So look at the back of the label and start reading how much protein is per serving, and then include it into your diet. And finally, and notice this is the last one, is use a supplement only and when needed. So for example, if you know you're going to be rushing in the morning, then having a protein shake in the morning for breakfast is totally fine. But don't rely on protein shakes only. Make sure that you have a wide variety of protein sources because they are going to be the most beneficial to your body. Remember that protein is just a macronutrient. Yes, we need it, but remember that food does not come only in macros. They have other nutrients. Meat, for example, has lots of other nutrients that you need as a whole package. So yes, look at protein, but don't look at it as just an isolated macro. Look at it as a package. I hope you guys found today's video helpful and let me know how it goes.